Love attacking shoulders, man. That's what I feel. It might be every day with marked up shoulders. This it. It's only 7 of us?
Hope you're having a great night, everyone, and thank you for spending part of it with us. My name is JB Long, joined by Serena Morales, and welcome to episode 3 of Hard Knocks, the after show presented by Porsche. Hope you enjoyed the latest episode, especially that outtake featuring offensive lineman David Edwards and his smoothie straw there. Serena, how many outtakes per day do you think you would generate if you had robo cameras and GoPros on you for 24 hours?
I had an outtake today on the Rams rundown for Instagram, so that's easy for me. It's so great for all of you to join us tonight. We got a lot to cover over the next 30 minutes. And to help us break this all down, let's get to our first of 2 guests. You know, if you turn on ESPN or ESPN radio, you either hear her or you will see her within the first 5 minutes. You also really love her laugh or you don't love her laugh, but I love her to death. She was also with the Rams preseason color analyst last season. And since we don't have a preseason, we still get Mina Kimes.
What's up?
She's so calm. Sad. She's like, oh, you know.
Just that scrimmage, I wanted so much more, you know, because I'm so hungry for a glimpse of the team. But it was good to see some play.
Something.
Well, Mina, you can give us your dramatic reenactment of John Wolford's 2 touchdown passes if you'd like, since HBO didn't share them with us.
The erasure, really, it feels deliberate, honestly, like they're trying to hide what happened. I rest assured, every person who was at that scrimmage texted me to let me know. And all I can say, I said this to Kevin, is that when the 10-part docuseries on John Wolford when it debuts, I expect to be interviewed for a substantial portion of the first few episodes.
Yes.
For all the promotional work I did. Listen, anyone who watched the preseason last year would not be surprised that he is in that number 2 spot, right? Which the rest of the world probably is surprised by that.
Well, as always, your timing is impeccable. You waited for Sean McVay to drop a few Doug Flutie references before you joined us to talk about your favorite backup quarterback in the National Football League. Also jumping on with us tonight, the Rams' all-time leading rusher, Steven Jackson, who, was it just last summer, signed a 1-day contract to retire as a member of the organization and took that carry to the house at training camp in UC Irvine. Steven, thank you for being with us. It feels like so much time has passed since that moment, but it's great to see you.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. Steven, I'll actually start with you because on this week's Hard Knocks, we couldn't help but notice this beautiful, brand new SoFi Stadium. Are you ready to put a jersey back on so you can play in SoFi?
I know, right? I know. I'm jealous. I mean, the stadium looks amazing. And then they have these new uniforms. I'm jealous about especially the Bone Edition. I'm like, dang, they get everything. But yeah, man. HBO, I mean, it has me salivating for the season to start.
What did you guys think of SoFi so far? I mean, I know Sean McVay has said a couple times, actually it was hilarious, that Cooper Kupp, who's a little quieter, usually doesn't complain about much, but he too complained about sort of the noise and the no fans. I mean, it's like a brand new stadium, and then unfortunately we don't have fans.
Well, everybody's kind of figuring that out right now, right? Different teams across the league with different approaches. I think a lot of us think it probably should be uniform to make it fair. But, you know, Steven can speak to this. I think the defense is going to be the most impacted by it, you know, just going to have to find ways to get themselves hype on every play, not having the crowd behind them. And especially, I was watching the SoFi Stadium thinking, man, it's beautiful, but it's enormous in there. So they're really going to have to bring it on that side of the football.
Yeah, you're right, Mina. I think you're right. I mean, it gets an offensive advantage when you could communicate clearly, especially when you have a quarterback that's, you know, a veteran. like a guy like Russell in Seattle that can control the hard count. He knows how to manipulate the defense with his eyes. So if you don't have a crowd behind you and getting after the offensive unit for you, the defense definitely going to have to do that. But if we're best suited for that, we have Aaron Donald to help us do that. So I think he's up for the challenge.
We'll zoom in on 8099 in just a moment here on the Hard Knocks After Show presented by Porsche. But Stephen, a couple of running back news items came out of that Saturday scrimmage that I wanted to get your thoughts on. We did see Aaron Donald with the strip of Cam Akers, the rookie running back who continues to have some ball security question marks. But then also Darrell Henderson with a soft tissue injury that's going to have him be missing some time. What do you think that does to reshape or reorganize what the Rams will do at running back going into the Dallas Cowboys in week 1?
But he's back.
Maybe. Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, I heard the question. So I think the thing that is bad, from what I was hearing about camp, Darrell was having a really good camp. And this was the kind of season that, you were hoping as a coaching staff and for him personally that he took that great leap with Todd, taking off to Atlanta. And, a soft tissue injury, a hamstring is a very nagging injury that could last a long time. And particularly in camp when the guys just don't have the amount of time of rest that you would like. And then you go from not having an off season, then you have an injury, and then you go right into the regular season. He has an uphill battle ahead for him. So, I hope he can get back on the field and prove that he deserves to be on the team. Well, when another guy go down, I mean, it's the business, right? So the next guy has to step up, and this is when the rookie gets a chance to show, why he was drafted, where he was drafted at, allows for him to take advantage of a vacancy where Malcolm Brown, he's the household name in the backfield. But, I mean, they drafted this kid for a reason, and he gets a chance to battle one-on-one, and you can't ask for anything better as a rookie in camp.
Mina, you covered our preseason last season, so I'll ask you a little bit about John Wolford, who had 2 touchdowns in the preseason scrimmage, if you will. What are your thoughts on Wolford, since you probably know the most about him?
Yeah, I'm sure. I feel like his family's probably a little creeped out by it at this point. They're like, "Who is this Mina Kimes? Why is she come?" Actually, Wolford came to my attention when he was playing for the AAF because one day I turned on a game and I was like, "Who the heck is this?" He was tearing it up. San Diego, he was the Arizona Hotshots. I think they were beating I don't remember the names of the AAF teams, but he can ball. He and more importantly, he's a playmaker, and it sounds like that's kind of what you guys saw at the scrimmage, which is really a quality you want in a backup. Now, it's interesting because obviously his game is very different from Jared's, right? So you're talking about a different scheme, but it sounds like the kid out of Virginia, Bryce, has some similar qualities. I watched him a bit in college. He can certainly scoot, and I think that makes sense, having a couple of backups there, especially in a season like this one where week to week, we never know what's going to happen. So to have complementary skill sets, I think, could be quite useful to the team.
Jared Goff thought he could scoot on that new SoFi Stadium turf. He made a couple of comments about it playing fast, as did the rest of the Rams in their first action on the field. But none of them were fast enough to get away from Aaron Donald and Steven Jackson. Maybe you can comment on what's it like just to have a practice record like Donald, disrupting everything you're trying to do, defeating guards, defeating tackles, defeating centers on his way to Jared Goff, who, the cameras caught it, said, "I've never had live reps like these against Donald, and he gets home fast."
Yeah, so twofold. I mean, run game, he's very disruptive because a lot of things in the run game takes for the offensive line working together in units. So typically you're sending your guard works together or your guard and tackle works together. And the way Aaron gets off the snap count and his penetration in the backfield, it really disrupts the timing of the handoff and just the vision of the running back itself. Then you throw that in the back of the mind of a quarterback just getting ready to do a 5-step drop, 7-step drop pass, and he's going to be breathing down your neck in less than 2 seconds. It puts a timing ahead, a clock in your head going off faster than you would like. But I mean, that's the eliteness in Aaron, and that's why he, as an offensive unit, you want to go against him in July and August because he's going to get you ready for the rest of the league.
I feel like all the times that Sean McVay said sack, 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 we could do that like, was that Lil Jon song? It was like shot, shot, shot. We just remix that, put Sean McVay, sing sacks, get Aaron Donald and his abs, make a whole music video, Boom, you're done. You're welcome. That's all we need, right, Mina? Are you with me on this?
I mean, it's not fair, you know, and that was something that struck me too, going to camp last year and watching some intra-squad work is like, imagine being a rookie offensive lineman and you're so excited. You got drafted, you're in the NFL, maybe drafted, maybe you're undrafted, and you got to line up across from Aaron Donald. And at some point, someone's got to pull you aside, whether it's Coach Cromer or whoever, and say, this is not normal. Okay, what just happened to you facing this guy? He's not just the best player, defensive player on the team. He's the best player in the NFL. He gets triple teamed by Pro Bowlers, right? So, like, it's not a normal experience going up against him by any means. And he obviously has not lost a step based on what we saw.
Serena, I just want to say, I think of the 3 episodes, this was my favorite soundtrack. I mean, I was like Shazamming so many of these songs to add to my playlist, but I think your little karaoke bit right there stole the night. That topped all of them. Nicely done.
You're welcome. I was like, the whole time I was like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to call up Lil Jon, LMFAO, right? I think they had that one. That was their hit. So now you have a remix to the remix. It's perfectly fine. He's like Oprah, right? AD's just like keeps getting better. Like, it's like, let me have the magazine. No, I'm just going to put myself on the magazine. No, I'm just going to have my own network. Like, right? Like, he just keeps kind of getting better. Like, I don't know, is there something wrong with this guy?
No, not at all. And we hope he continues to do so the next, 5-10 years.
All right. Well, I want to test both of you very quickly. We're going to do a couple trivia questions to make sure that Mina and Stephen, you were paying attention. For those of just hopping on, we're watching the Hard Knocks, the after show presented by Porsche. And I would like to start with Mina.
Okay.
Mina, what does rookie Clay Johnston call Brett Favre in this episode?
I think he called him Papa Favre, if I remember correctly.
He
Is
sure
that right?
did. He called him
Okay.
Papa Favre.
That was interesting.
I was wondering, was he a Smurfs fan?
That's a great question. I mean, I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
mean, he's younger. He's a little old, I guess.
We had Clay Johnston on last weekend talking to us, so maybe.
I couldn't believe that picture of Brett holding young Clay in
Yeah.
his throwing
Yeah.
motion.
It makes me feel.
All right, Stephen, I'm going to go with you next. This is a tougher one. What TV character did Clay's dad say he looked like?
Ooh.
There were a couple.
Even when he said the characters, I was not familiar. I had to be honest with you.
Mina, do you know? Did you catch this?
I think it was Ricky Ricardo.
It was Ricky Ricardo because he has.
Oh, was it Ricky Ricardo?
He totally
okay.
called him Ricky Ricardo. He had like a brand new. It was like a bone colored. JB was like a sweatshirt, and then he had like the mustache. He's
with the umbrella.
JB's got his wife cutting his hair, which he's very fortunate. We were saying how nice his haircut looks, but Clay Johnston, maybe we can hook Clay up, JB.
I'm expecting there to be a crossword clue for you this weekend, Mina, about I Love Lucy, because that's just how things, how the stars align. Let us know if that happens.
Is crossword clues. I wish the crossword would have like the Rams, backup linebackers. That would be a good crossword for me.
All right. Well, Mina's going to stay with us a bit longer. Steve will say good night to you. Future Hall of Famer Steven Jackson, everyone. We're going to keep beating that drum until it happens for you, our guy.
Thank you, JB. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
And then, Serena, we're going to bring in a new special guest in just a moment who joined the Rams as an undrafted free agent following the April draft. Rookie safety. And he played at Fresno State, California kid Juju Hughes, who is featured heavily in this episode of Hard Knocks for one particular reason. I guess that could also be
You have a toothpick. Of course you have
a trivia question
I
for
know.
anyone who watched. There he is, Juju Hughes. Welcome.
And he also brought his toothpick. Of course he did.
Oh yeah, had to, definitely. It's always with me.
How's your phone doing right now? Have you been blowing up?
A few people have sent me like little videos and whatnot. Said they saw the episode tonight. It hasn't got too crazy yet, but I'm sure I'll be hearing a lot about it.
Yeah.
The West Coast viewing.
Yeah, a little later.
Juju, I'm concerned because I got to tell you, my mother, who's probably watching right now, she kissed me with a toothpick long ago. Like I was maybe 7, 8 years old, and my mom was just munching on a little toothpick after we had pizza, kissed me on the head, thinking, oh, what a great child I have. Oh my goodness. Like I will never again ever come near someone with a toothpick. It might work for you though, because you're playing defense. You keep everyone away from you, but also might not work for you because you're playing defense and you have a toothpick in your mouth. And that just, how many times have you swallowed the toothpick? Like, how's your safety? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I know there's definitely a lot of questions about it, but it's not like a safety hazard to me. I don't know. I'm so used to it at this point. Like I say in the show, like I'm going on 8 years now doing this. So
you're pro.
Yeah, I'm a pro with it. There's literally nothing I don't think I can do with it. It's been through everything over these 8 years. I'm pretty trained to handle myself in any situation with the toothpick, I think.
Nothing. No, like your mom and you both kissed each other on the head and someone was bleeding. Nothing. No
Nothing like that. Never swallowed it. It's never even like stabbed me in the gums or anything. Nothing like that.
Did you say you started it to stop biting your nails? Did I hear that right? What was
that?
Yeah,
that's what got me into it at first. Yeah.
All right, and you don't bite your nails now because I've been biting my nails for 30 years, which is a problem because the coronavirus you're not supposed to.
Hold on. I didn't say I stopped biting my nails. I said it was supposed to help.
Wow, let's get a look. Get
those a new habit.
Yeah, I don't even want to show mine on camera, but yeah, I still bite my nails.
Yeah, Mina. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're not
I still bite mine, definitely. It helped for a little bit, like 2 or 3 weeks. It helped when I first started it. Then like it stopped helping with the nails, but people just got used to me having this, so it became my thing.
Juju, are there flavor varieties? And if so, do you have a favorite?
I actually don't get no flavor ones or nothing. I've never bought a toothpick actually a day in my life or anything. So I've never had like no people have gave me like some like peppermint toothpicks or something like that. Like I'm not a big flavor guy or nothing. I just like the regular.
What do you just collect them? You just collect them on your way out of the restaurant or what then? If you don't buy any.
Yeah, that's when I go out to eat. You know, they're complimentary. They say they're complimentary. I just need more than the average person. You know, that's all it is. So I just grab me enough to get by. That's all.
So, like, is this a move where you're like, you go to a restaurant and then you throw something and the hostess runs away? So then you're like, ha ha, and you run? Or do you like chew that toothpick forever and like it's just the one?
Nah, they see what I do when I'm there. Like I don't hide it. I don't go behind their backs. But I definitely like if they're out and about, I'm gonna grab. Like if I'm going somewhere and I get some to-go food, and they're just out and about, I'm definitely scooping up a handful of toothpicks and putting those in my to-go bag with me.
A handful of toothpicks is like 100 toothpicks.
As many as this hand could fit at that day, that's how many are coming with me. I don't hide it. They see what I'm doing. Even now, like with the corona, like, you know, restaurants aren't just open like that as much. So like if I go pick up some food or something, now I have to ask, like, hey, do you guys have toothpicks? Would you mind putting some in my bag? That's just how I go about it. That's how I get my toothpicks.
Wow. Do you get a splinter? And there's splinters? It's like you're chewing a splinter. You know this, right?
Yeah, no splinters, no nothing. No problems with it at all.
All right. Well, I'm glad your safety is all right. Juju's such a good football name. Is that a nickname? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's just a nickname. I got 3 older brothers that they gave me when I was younger. So they just came up with it, something quicker than my actual full government name, Jawan. So Juju is just quicker and cooler to them, I guess.
Dina's still on toothpick game. She's like, man, I might have to start chewing toothpicks so that I stop biting my nails.
I gotta get out of it. Juju, I gotta ask you, you know, I was looking forward to seeing you guys play. What was it like just being in SoFi Stadium? I mean, I imagine that's the biggest venue you've ever played in, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
That's the biggest venue I've been in.
Yeah, no,
Like, is it overwhelming?
You try not to think about it too much at the moment, but once I look back on everything, it was definitely exciting while we were there and everything. I try to keep a business mindset though. Like we went there for a scrimmage. That was the only thing we got to do that day. So like I was trying to be pretty focused on the scrimmage and everything. I wasn't trying to be too excited about the stadium, but it was definitely an experience to get to see everything for the first time. Kind of get to look around, walk around, and see. It was crazy. I mean, I've never been in something that big. A lot of other guys from bigger conferences and whatnot, they've been in stadiums like that and stuff. I personally haven't, so it was cool for me.
Juju, I did have one football question, and I've thought about the mindset of a college free agent in the summer of 2020. And on the downside, you're not getting any preseason games to go out and put film out there for 31 other teams. On the plus side, there are 6 additional practice squad spots available to someone like yourself potentially this year. Where do you come down on that in terms of, just how your luck fell as a college free agent?
Man, it's just all part of God's plan. I don't worry about it too much. Try not to stress about it too much. I just take it as it is, take it how it comes. We're all dealing with the same thing here. It's not just me, it's everybody in this 2020 class. So, I just take it as it is. Try to make the best out of the situation. That's all I can really do. You got to control what you can control. So just making the best of the situation, what it is.
Well, you found a way to get your tape out there. You did it through Hard Knocks, so good on you.
Yeah, definitely some more people get some eyes on me, I guess, that way.
Do we have any fan questions, JB? I was just looking it up, but I know one fan was like, why is there no Van Jefferson on this episode? Juju, I know you're on defense, but have you just kind of bonded with any of the rookies at all?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think a lot of us are. I think the Zooms actually, weirdly, we didn't get to be up here in the spring, but I don't know how it usually is. But I don't know. I feel like the Zooms, weirdly kind of made us, closer or whatnot. Usually you're here the whole spring and summer and stuff working out, and we didn't get that this year because of COVID, and we didn't get to report till camp. But I still feel I don't know, I feel like a lot of me and the guys still bonded through these Zoom calls and everything. It's a weird little bond, but it still made us all kind of click up and hang out and whatnot, get along pretty good. I think me and all the rookies really get along pretty well.
That's good. I know the DBs are always a fun group. I mean, especially with you got JJ, John Johnson, you got Jalen, you got Dede. I mean, I wouldn't be
we got we're the funnest group there is, man. Everybody knows the DBs are the life of the party. Always.
Juju, if you were fortunate enough to stay on with the Rams and get one of those practice squad opportunities, what would that mean to you?
It'd be very special to me, even more than it means to me. I think it's just bigger for where I come from, the people around. I'm more excited for what it brings to them. It brings. I'm a small town kid, so opportunity like this is just big for everybody around me, along with myself. It's something I've definitely dreamed of, worked for. So, I'll definitely be excited for it, but like I said, I think it's just bigger for everybody around me, even than myself.
Juju, where are you from? I know you went to Fresno State. Are you from Fresno or nearby?
Actually, a small town close by Fresno, called Hanford, California.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes from Fresno.
Were you happy to stay in Cali?
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of worked out like that. Family was definitely happy. Got to stay there for college. Now getting to stay here at the moment right now, so it definitely kind of worked in our favor.
Who's the coach that you turn to the most, Juju?
Ooh, who do I turn to the most? I don't know. Our whole secondary staff, I know I can just go to them at any moment, really. There's not even one I gotta specifically pick, just because all
can't pick favorites. You're right. You passed the test. My bad. I see.
Yeah, man, I can't. All the guys in the secondary group, Coach AP, Coach E, Coach Cooley, they all do a great job with this. They always keep taking care of us, make sure we got everything we need.
Juju, last one for me. The defense was in Rams Royal uniforms last Saturday at SoFi. For the second scrimmage this week, are the defenders calling dibs on the bone? Because they seem to be everyone's favorite look.
Yeah, I don't know who gets to pick who wears what. That's definitely out of my say-so range right now. But, yeah, if I get to put in my vote, I'm going to be voting for the bones too. But hopefully, yeah, we switch it up this upcoming weekend.
Okay. Well, thank you for being with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and preview next week's episode, but it was good to get to know you, and I know our audience enjoyed your appearance on Hard Knocks, and these few minutes we got to chat.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys having me, man. You guys have a good one. Hopefully, I'll be able to be back on sometime soon.
All right, Juju Hughes, everyone. Thank you,
sir.
Juju.
You guys have a good one. Thank you.
All right, 3 episodes in the books. Try to go around the room. Serena Morales, Mina Kimes. One more time as we reach the bottom of the hour. What would you like to see on episode 4 of Hard Knocks?
Serena, you go first.
I was like, go ahead, Mina. All right. Well, the fact that they showed Brett Favre and you have Clay Johnston calling Brett Favre Papa Favre, I'm ready to just see Jordan Fuller in action finally and having Sinbad call him, because Jordan Fuller, Ohio State safety, his uncle is Sinbad. His mom is a backup singer for Bruce Springsteen. He said to me that the most famous person he's ever met is Luther Vandross. So bring it on. I want Luther. I want Sinbad. I want Bruce. All of them. I want every celebrity that he knows in a Zoom call together. How you call, who's the most famous person? You can get them on a Zoom call. That's what I want for next week's episode of Hard Knocks. You set the bar, let's keep going.
Shoot. I mean, my answer is, I think, a little bit easier to satisfy. And JB, you kind of alluded to it. I'd like to see more of Van Jefferson, because I'll just tell you from a national perspective, right? When we're talking about the Rams and the names we're hearing that are lighting up camps across the country, that is a name that keeps coming up over and over. We're hearing all of the good buzz about how quickly he's picking up the offense and how he could be a meaningful contributor. Obviously, everyone knows he comes from an NFL family. So I just like to see him in action. I'd like to see that brain in action that we're hearing so much about, and just get a sense of him, because it seems like he's going to be a guy who's going to make his mark on the NFL this year.
JB, didn't you tweet out when Cooper Kupp was on a press conference earlier this week that Van, you can reiterate it, but it was a funny comment about Van Jefferson.
Yeah, Coop has a really quiet way of being profound, and he basically said that he can gauge the football IQ of his new rookie teammate based on the questions he asks, and he's asking 301 level questions rather than the entry level 101 questions, and I thought that was a great way of putting it. It was only his second best line though, because he was asked if he's at all superstitious, and what did he say, Serena?
I'm just a little stitious.
Yeah. Just an office-based quote, just a little stitious. So, all right, my request for next week is fairly simple. I want more outtakes. I think the Rams outtakes have been some of my favorite moments. David Edwards was terrific today at the end of this show. And by the way, congratulations to David and his wife, Caroline. They are expecting a child, so that's great news as we head into a new season. And then I feel like there's a follow-up to be had on Tyler Higbee stretching and saying he's not sure if he could ever give birth. I feel that was kind of a random tangent that I don't think was properly addressed. So I wonder what else Tyler had to say in that conversation.
Yeah, he has insight at least, and he's realistic with his limitations, and I appreciate that.
More outtakes, please, and more great music. Kudos for this episode's soundtrack.
Yeah. Mina, thank you. Thanks for not chewing your nails. You didn't even bite your nails once on this episode, so it's fine.
It was hard, but I did my best. And I got a tip from Juju. Next time you see me on NFL Live, I'm going to have a toothpick hanging out of the corner of my mouth very casually.
Perfect. I expect that. And we'll get you some flavored ones. It's fine.
Congratulations on cloning yourself, Mina, to fill out all of your various roles in this burgeoning, prolific career of yours.
Thank you
Your word
very
means
much. Appreciate
Have a great
it.
season.
Excited to talk about the Rams this year. It's going to be an exciting season.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mina. I appreciate you as always, JB. That's a wrap on episode 3 of Hard Knocks, the after show presented by Porsche. Thank you to all of our guests, Stephen Jackson, Mina Kimes, Not Chewing Her Fingernails, Juju Hughes for joining us. JB, as always, a pleasure.
Right back to you, Serena. Can't wait to do it again next week. And if you missed any part of episode 3 of Hard Knocks, or if you just want to watch it again, make sure you catch that West Coast airing tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific on HBO or HBO Max. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.